Oh, I think there's no question about that. It's Mark. Amazing!
If you're a Shark Tank fan, you already know the guy who's always ready to throw down $1 million deal.
We'd be $2 million for the 25%.
$2 million for 20%.
Would you do $1 million for a third?
Deal.
Deal?
I'll take that offer.
Done.
Mark Cuban. But did you know that before he became the billionaire shark we see on TV, his life wasn't all that glamorous? In fact, it all started from a 12-year-old kid who wanted some expensive sneakers. He asked his dad, who was playing poker with his buddies, for the sneakers. But his dad refused and said,
"When you have a job, you can buy whatever you want."
Then one of his dad's drunk buddies sitting with him on the poker table said to Mark, "Hey, I've got something for you to sell. I've got all these garbage bags. Why don't you sell them in the neighborhood? And then you can take the money you make and buy your sneakers." And that was Mark's first business, the world's first, probably only garbage bag door-to-door subscription. And it went like this.
Hi, my name is Mark. Do you use garbage bags? I've got a great deal for you, and every time you need garbage bags, all you ever have to do is call me, and I'll put them in the back of my wagon, and I'll bring them right down to your house.
As Mark grew older, he realized that he needs to learn more about business, so he went off to Indiana University to study about business and entrepreneurship as much as possible. After graduation, Mark learned that he was pulled toward technology. For that reason, Mark started doing various computer-related jobs. At the age of 23, Mark left for Texas. There he pursued fun, sun, money, and women while hunting for a job. Mark managed to convince a store to hire him for selling computer software, despite his lack of experience. In the job interview, he was asked, "What will you do if the customers have a question about a software package and you don't know the answer?" Mark responded, "I will look it up in the manual and will find the answer for them." Not only that was a good answer, but that's exactly what he did. He read the manuals daily and soon became an influential person among the clients. Then one day, Mark was invited by a client to close a $15,000 deal. He talked with his boss, but he refused, saying that he needs to open the store, clean the windows, and swipe the floor. But Mark took a gamble and went to close the deal. His boss was not happy on this, and he fired him. But Mark was not disappointed on this. He had a different perspective, and this actually proved to be a blessing in disguise for him, because it gave Mark the motivation to start his own company. Therefore, he started Micro Solution Inc., a company that sold computers and softwares and helped companies and individuals install them. From there, his company grew and grew and grew, and he sold that company for $6 million, out of which he gave $2 million to the employees, $2 million to the business partner, and left with $2 million. Mark didn't rush to buy houses or cars with that money. Instead, he picked up the phone and called American Express. He asked if they had something called a life pass. Turns out they did. For $126,000, it gave him and his friends unlimited flights anywhere in the world for the rest of their lives. So, Mark went on a world trip with his friends and partied like a rock star. Mark's life was good. He didn't want to work anymore. He had invested in the stock market and was worth over $20 million. Then, it was 1995, and his friend Todd Wagner sat with him and said there is this whole new thing called internet, and there's got to be a way that we could use it to listen to Indiana's basketball, since Mark also loved basketball. He, with his friend Wagner, set up a website called AudioNet, which later, with the telecasting of videos, changed into broadcast.com. And this company became the very first streaming company. Then it went public, and Yahoo bought it for $5.7 billion. And before he knew it, Mark was a billionaire. Mark Cuban values time more than anything. As he wrote in one of his books, "Time is the most valuable asset you don't own. You may or may not realize it yet, but how you use or don't use your time is going to be the best indication of where your future is going to take you." So the first thing he did after becoming a billionaire was buying Gulfstream G5, a private jet, to save his precious time. And he didn't just buy it normally, he ordered it online, and it is still considered the most expensive online purchase in the history of internet. The second thing Mark purchased was the Dallas Mavericks, a basketball team. He bought in year 2000 for $285 million. He made the team awesome, and in 2011, they won the NBA championship. That's like winning the biggest sports prize.
What did you pay for the team? How much?
$285 million.
$285 million?
Yep.
What the fuck is that team worth now?
$2.5 billion.
God damn!
And the third thing Mark Cuban bought was a house.
Martin called me and said, "You can buy it right now, but you have to let me know today, yes or no, $12.5 million. I'd never seen the house. I saw some pictures. Had never been there. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm a billionaire.
In 2012, Mark joined Shark Tank, and he didn't join it to become more rich, but to help and support the entrepreneurs. He sometimes also makes deals for the sake of his family. And now, as of 2025, Mark Cuban has left Shark Tank.
Why was now the right time to check out of Dodge?
Because I'm sick of you guys.
And has settled down with $5.7 billion. But no one knows whatever he may do next.
Will you run for president one day?
Yes.
He's telling the truth.